Aloha and welcome to our video on the human reproductive system. In this system we'll go over the male reproductive system, the female reproductive system, and we'll talk a little bit about human fertilization and development. So here we see a picture of the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system has one primary function, and that occurs down here in the testes. And in the testes what they're doing is they're going through the process of spermatogenesis, or forming sperm. So that sperm cells are going to go up here. Remember, those are the male gametes, and then ultimately for sperm delivery to be taken out that way. So the whole purpose of the male reproductive system is quite simply to make sperm, make those gametes so that it can send it off to the female so that we can have reproduction occurring. Now the female reproductive system that we see here, that has two primary purposes. Up here in the ovaries is where we have oogenesis, and we're forming their gametes, or the egg cells. And then it's also where we will have the reception of the sperm, fertilization occurs, and then development of the embryo. And we'll talk about that part in the next slide. So here we see the process of fertilization occurring. So in the ovary inside of the females where we have oogenesis, and that will leave out an egg into these fallopian tubes. Now as the egg is traveling down the tube, it may encounter some sperm that we see going here. When one sperm goes inside of an egg, what happens is the nuclear material from the male DNA, joins the female DNA in the nucleus of the egg. It forms a capsule around the egg, and now it can no longer be fertilized again. And then we have what we call a zygote, and that zygote is going to be a fertilized egg. It starts to divide as it travels down the fallopian tube to becoming an embryo. When it gets an embryo, it reaches the uterus, and it's in the uterus that it will attach. And that's where this process of development then occurs. Okay, so that ends the video on our reproductive system. In the lessons, it'll go into a little bit more detail on these structures, but remember that the primary function of the reproductive system is to create sperm and eggs, and then to provide an area where those two can meet, fertilization occur, and we can nourish and develop this embryo inside the female. So that's it for the videos for the class. Good luck with the lessons, and thanks for watching.